Okay, we're gonna break away from this broadcast. Has it changed the channel? Do you still do that? Do you remember in the olden days when the television didn't work? You used to bang the top of the television to get it working. Anyway, so I might put that bit in twice and then divert you over to another video at some point. I won't do them at exactly the same time, but I'll do them quite close. Okay, so this is now the other video now. Some of you have probably seen Chad Stick Poindexter's YouTube channel and his Facebook post Stick. He does a lot of walking, or has done a lot of walking over in America, and just recently, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, he tagged me for my three favourite luxury items, presumably for camping. Now, I do have a slight confession to make. I don't know whether you remember Stick, Chad. I don't know if you're thinking of a poll again, I think. I don't know if you remember, Chad, but I don't know whether it's 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more. You tagged me once before, and I still never did that video. So I just didn't get around to it. I do apologise. For some reason or another, I just never got around to it, and then I forgot all about it. So you tagged me for my three favourite, my three luxury items, and I was thinking over the last sort of several days what they were. And you're kind of right, you know, they kind of had to be, you know, there had to be some MLD stuff in there. But I didn't really think of it as luxury items. They're obviously things that you need for camping. So that kind of lets me off the hook a little bit, and that I actually can talk about my three favourite items and my three luxury items in one video, so you kind of get a double bubble for the price of one. The battery in this camera is not keeping power very well, I must say. It's almost out, so I might have to put some power into it soon. So my three favourite items. Okay, well, obviously the first one has to be now the MLD Supermid. If I was doing a trip that was longer and I didn't know the terrain and the weather was maybe going to be pants, then I would still take the Trailstar. That just ticks all boxes. So it's kind of my favourite shelter, the Trailstar, but I think for what I'm doing at this moment in time, I just love the Supermid. It's just so big, spacious. It's just, you know, it's just brilliant, and it's very light in Cuban fibre. And now I've got my new non-slip extendable pole in there. That it should be even better because it's thicker, stronger, more masculine than my pacer pole that kept slipping sometimes. So my first favourite item is going to be the Supermid. Now, probably my second favourite item is probably going to be the Thermarest Neo-Air X-Therm, or yeah, X-Therm. I think the X-Therm, to me, if you were ever only going to buy one sleeping mat and you could afford the X-Therm, I'd recommend the X-Therm because it's lightweight, or light enough anyway, but also you can use it in winter. So if you were ever just going to get one, you know, one sleeping mat, I'm sure there are dozens of others, and I'm sure everybody has different thoughts. But I would go with the X-Therm the X-Therm, because like I said, it's light, it's warm, it packs down very small, it just ticks all the boxes. So for me, my second favourite item is the X-Therm, and I've not blown this up yet, but I will blow this up soon. One of Chad's luxury items was a little pump. I'd never seen it before. A little pump, and you put some batteries in it, and you actually pump these things up with that, save your breath. So that was an interesting thing. I remember Chad, you know, we sort of message a bit with videos and chat and things like that. It was kind of interesting when he was doing some of his walks and trips and things like that. As he said in his video, we sort of take the mickey out of each other in fun ways, because I was sort of, you know, always using MLD and he was always using Z packs. So we usually had some fun banter backwards and forwards. So I hope you get out and do some more, you know, camping and trips and some more videos sometimes, Chad. I kind of miss watching you on the tube sometimes. But, you know, good luck with your family and everything that you're doing at the moment, and thank you for this tag. It really made me smile when I saw your video talking about me. It was really quite funny. So as I say, good luck with your family and everything over that side of the pond. And maybe one day we'll meet up, probably when we're sort of 90 or something like that, walking around with Zimmer frames. But who knows? Maybe one day in the future. So that's two items. A third favourite item. I think I'm gonna somewhat cheat on this one, because it was partly going to be my cooking pot system, and I really do love this. You know, it's very lightweight, it's maths, packs down, everything is in there. You've seen it before. I was nearly going to say that, and I was nearly going to say my MLD. I'm just naming everything, really, aren't I? And I was nearly going to name the MLD pack, because I love that too. But I was just sort of sitting down. I've just blown the mat up, by the way. And I just sat down on it. I was thinking, my feet are getting a bit chilly and they're a bit wet. And it kind of got me thinking that my third favourite item is trail shoes. Just something a little bit different. You know, we're so used to, you've got to wear boots, leather boots, mustn't have wet feet and all that type of thing. So I'm going to say my third favourite item are my trail shoes. In this instance, it's the they're discontinued now, but the 235 Innovate, and they're soaking wet. My feet are a bit on the chilly side, so fairly soon on I need to get inside the sleeping bag and warm my feet up a little bit. But they were very comfortable and grippy, and I really do love trail shoes. So that's my third favourite item. And Lassie obviously likes licking my socks. I've got to put her bed out in a minute. Okay, now luxury items. Okay, right, okay, well obviously all of those things, you know, potentially could be luxury items, but I was just thinking, you know, luxury is something that is nice to have, but you don't really need to have. That's how I would see luxury. And you need a shelter, you need a mat, you need a bag, cooking pot. Obviously I love my sleeping bag as well. I like the PhD bags, and I've always gone for the custom made PhD, then I can get it exactly how I like it. But all of those things, you know, you need them. You can't come camping without them. So I don't really classify any of those as luxury items as such. Not when I can come up with not when I actually have 3 other items that that I bring with me. Certainly 2 of them I've always brought, or for a very long time, and then one recent item that I've been bringing with me. So luxury items. Okay, well, the first one, and this is really completely unnecessary, but I just like it. And again, it could be any tablet. It doesn't have to be a specific model, make, brand. Mine's an iPad in this instance. Not that I'm a particularly Apple fan. For some reason, I just got it. But I like a tablet. You know, if I get unwell or something like that, I can maybe take it to make myself better or something. Not quite sure I'd swallow that tablet, but anyway, I like a tablet, and then I like to watch films of an evening. Not so much in the summer, because when it's summer I can sit outside more and just relax, you know, in the sun, and maybe still watch a film out there. But I do like to watch, you know, a movie, a film, so I like a tablet for that. A phone doesn't really count as a luxury item because you bring that anyway. And then the other luxury item, and again it's something else that I could easily leave behind, is a little speaker. If I was camping with other people in tents around me, which I don't do, but if I wouldn't use it. But I like I like this little speaker. Then I get some extra stereo sound when I'm watching my video. You know, well, not my videos. You know, a film. The only downside is it's very small. It doesn't really weigh that much. But the only downside to it is if it's very, very windy and very, very rainy, because it's so small and compact, it doesn't have a huge amount of power. So if it's very windy and raining, I can't hear it. Sometimes I've had the speaker like that to my ear, so I could sort of listen and watch the film and listen. So recently I've put in some super lightweight headphones that you like get free with your phone when you get your phone. So I just put those earbuds in, and obviously if I was camping with someone else, then I could use those as well. And my third luxury item is I hope you can see that, my Rolex Explorer 2. Kind of an extravagant thing for camping, so most definitely fits in luxury. It's a very interesting piece actually. Rolex have been involved in exploration of some description for a very, very long time, going back to the, I don't know about the 30s and 40s, but probably certainly when people were trying to get up Everest in the 50s. I think some of them were using Rolex watches then, or they were given Rolex watches maybe, whether they took them up I'm not quite sure. But when Hillary and his Sherpa chap, Townsend, got to the top of Everest, they may have had a Rolex with them, I'm not entirely sure. But the same year, in 1953, the Rolex Explorer came out. This is the Explorer 2, but the original Explorer came out. And you can still get the Explorer, like 1, like the Explorer. It's slightly different to this. It just has hands, and that's it. No date or anything. So this one's particularly interesting because it has a 24-hour hand. So while the conventional hour hand travels around the watch twice a day, the 24-hour hand, which is the hand in red, travels around the clock or the watch once per day. So it actually goes around more slowly. This watch apparently was originally designed for cave exploration. Whether that's marketing stuff or what, I'm not quite sure. But and for polar explorations where you wouldn't know so easily if it was day or night. And so with the 24-hour hand, the red hand, you can tell instantly whether it's morning or night. So in this instance, you can see from the red hand that it's 1800 hours. So it's evening. I know obviously you can tell that because the sun's out and everything like that, but the idea is apparently that if you were in a cave or the North Pole, and in the North Pole it's sunny all the time, if you're in a cave there's no sun at all. That's the idea behind it. Anyway, but it does have a lot of history behind the Explorer, and I think quite a few sort of famous people have gone exploring with them. So I thought if I got an Explorer, then I'd be like I didn't get it for that reason at all. I got it because I just wanted to get it, not because I'm famous Explorer or anything like that. But I always used to wear, and still wear, my Sunto Ambit 3, and I used to wear that on the left hand. But since I've got the Explorer 2, I wear that on the left hand, and I now put the Sunto on the right hand. One thing I have discovered with them, which I didn't know originally, is you won't really lose any money with a Rolex. Most things when you buy them, they just drop in value and you never see your money again. But Rolex is different. You know, they will either hold their value, they might lose a bit, but not that much. So as I say, this is my main luxury item that I bring with me, and the reason why I mentioned this one in particular for the video rather than this one is this is the Yachtmaster, but the Yachtmaster obviously is more nautical. I counted the Explorer 2 because of the history behind the Explorer 2. That's my luxury item. Maybe I kind of sort of see what response I get. But maybe I'll do a separate video on these two watches if people are interested at all. Okay, so that's my luxury items. Okay, this is just a note to my Facebook group, Rolex friends. If I got some of the facts wrong, that they're not wrong, they're correct, they're Tony facts. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. I got kicked out of one Rolex group. I'm sorry that I posted something that I maybe shouldn't have done, but I did no harm. I was just trying to share something. And then a note to the other Rolex group that I left: you cheeky gits, because you were so horrible, I pissed off. But the groups that I'm still on, keep up the good work. You're good, some good groups out there. So I'll try to behave. Try not to kick me out. Okay, bye. Okay, just briefly carrying on with the tagging video, jumping backwards and forwards here, changing channel again. I never really know who to tag, so I might tag Chad back for something else. We can't go backwards and forwards. I never really quite know who to tag. I can't tag Chad again because he's been tagged coming this way, so it seems a bit unfair to send one straight back to him. But if you fancy doing a video, Chad, then I'll think of something that you can do. So I can't really think of three people. I'm going to do something a little bit different, as it's me. I think Chris Townsend has been trying to do some videos, or is doing videos. I'm not quite sure whether he is or isn't. I'm not sure if it's YouTube or on his website or something like that. But Chris, if you're watching and if you're doing something with videos, and I'll tag you, just anything really. What can we ask Chris Townsend to talk about? What's your three favourite items over all time, and why? So even if it's discontinued, what's been one of your favourite items that you've ever used and taken? I'll leave it to you. I'm sure you can think of something. I'll tag Chris again a second time. I'd like to hear about your 3 most amazing experiences when you've been out in the wilds, whether it's in the UK or abroad. I think that would be something really interesting to hear about, something that you can just talk about for a few minutes, or something that you've done or that's happened to you in all your years of walking. And the third that I'll tag, and this is completely ridiculous, I know, Casey Neistat in America. What's your 3 favourite photographic items for filming? I know he's never ever going to see this, but if he does, I might get some of his viewers. I don't know him. I don't know if anybody does know him. I got no idea how to get the tag to him, so he'll probably never even see this. I just couldn't think of anyone else to tag, so I thought I'd do something a bit different. And Chad, just if you do something, you know, good luck, let me know. You could do something similar to Chris if you want to, 3 experiences that you've had. If you do anything, let me know and I'll share it on my channel. I do understand that you're busy with things there, but you know, once again, Chad, you know, thank you for the tag here. It's been great fun, and I'm sorry I didn't do the one before, but we've got it all together now. It's probably going to be one massive long video, but that's part of the fun. And you know, thank you to everyone for watching the tagging video. Right, okay, now I'm going to change channel back to the normal thing now.